New kid in the city, man. New kid on the block, and I have no friends. Not even
New
one.
kids on the block, got a lot of hit. Chinese food makes me sick.
And I have no friends. No, I listened to the hip hop part of the world when I was your age.
Yeah, me too.
So, when you move to a new place, maybe you're a little younger, you go to a new school, whatever the situation is, you're in a new location, all these people have friends. Everyone's friends with each other.
Already.
How do you become friends?
You're not
I
that
have
friend.
the
You're
best-
a loser.
the
You
best
just
advice.
showed up. Loser.
The,
New person.
the best thing
Loser.
to do when you're in a new town.
Fill your pants with whipped cream.
That's second best. First thing to do. Everyone will know your name if you do this. Make death threats to everyone.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone will know
Yes.
your name. They'll fear you.
Dude, there you go.
You no longer
That's
need
what
friends.
friends are, too.
You no longer
Yeah.
need friends because you
Friends
have enemies.
Are those
Yep.
that fear and respect
Exact.
you.
And what
That's
do they
friends.
say? What do they say? If you have all enemies, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
So you have all enemies.
Exactly.
So they're friends. And you have something to do
now,
all the
if
time.
you want
Efficient,
extra credit bonus points.
Not
The
more than
death
New
threats,
City.
the death threats that you make, maybe actually go through with a couple of them and then become a murderer.
Because you don't want people to think you don't follow up. on your word.
Exactly.
I would be
Okay,
afraid.
who wants to be?
Do not do that.
Who wants to be friends with the guy
Also
who
gonna
lies?
say-
Exactly.
No.
Who wants to be friends with someone that makes empty promises? Nobody.
Yeah. I mean,
So.
they want to see some follow through.
No,
Okay,
but they don't-
ladies.
Don't-
Okay,
don't-
ladies.
don't do that.
At one point in my life, though, I went from homeschooled middle school into a high school, and I had
Ooh,
one friend.
man.
I knew one person the
Who
whole high
was
school.
it? Who was it?
It was this kid named Corey Burkhart, and he was on my
Oh,
soccer team.
never even
before.
met him.
He was really nice,
Disappointing.
man. Super nice kid, a little bit shy. But that was my only friend. So I understand that, man. Like, you go into a whole new situation, and everyone has a clique, dude. Everyone's been friends for like years. They've lived
Yeah.
there, where the new city
And they
is.
love talking about other people.
Oh yeah.
Man, and you're
Oh,
weird. So you
man,
gotta
they
get past
thrive
that.
on it.
Oh man. So like, how do you make friends, bro? Like, what do you do?
I used to have, as you know, jack of all trades, master of none. I can ride anything. I can ride a unicycle. I can ride a BMX bike. I can
And
do
the
rollerblades.
wiener.
I can do skateboard, snakeboard, any kind of vehicle that is skin
Skidboard.
operated, skidboard. See, you're going anything.
Skidboard.
Never done snowboarding, unfortunately.
Not the
But
bubble
what
either.
that does is it makes it so that anywhere I go, I can do that, and then eventually you're gonna see somebody doing it and be like, "Hey, man, mind if I do this with you real quick?" And they're gonna be like, "Yeah, man." And then you can teach them something. Maybe they'll do
That
something.
is a
cool.
good point, though.
That's a good
Yeah.
strat.
Finding hobbies that you enjoy and then trying to find the people that do that.
This
as well.
is why.
That
This
a
is
good
why nobody has friends now, because no one does anything.
Nothing.
Nothing. Everyone only watches MTV and MTV2, and like Food Network is another big one. And then you like
Netflix,
Facebook about stuff,
Instagram.
but you don't. There's nothing like play the flute.
Yeah.
Learn how to roller skate. Do something. Like come up with. There's got to be a forum for something that you do. Expanded it.
point. Make death threats.
There's a forum
So
called
on that.
Where My Knitters At. That's funny.
That is
and
cool.
apparently it's millions
Knitters.
of people.
So
Huge, yeah.
I like your strategy. Your strategy is less organized, or like it's less like on a paper that's supposed to be. It's just
Yeah.
being good at stuff in general. So when someone else and you run into them and they're doing
Yeah.
that thing,
Yeah.
you can kind of mesh and vibe with
Absolutely.
them and epsilon into that situation. As opposed to what my suggestion is. My suggestion was going to be, find, a sport or something. If you like soccer, to go join a soccer team, because
That's
regardless,
right.
everyone
Soccer
is
for you.
bound to be around
Yeah,
you.
that's true.
Yeah.
Whether or not
You don't have a choice.
you are going to be my location friend.
Yeah.
Not a real friend, but you're gonna be around me so much that
All
you
the
have
time.
to talk to me.
You're in my real estate.
That's what I think.
I
Or
sell you to people. Oh,
it doesn't have to. Well, after I make the death threat.
Sorry.
It doesn't have to be sports. It could be a drama club, it could be some sort of club, or it could be like you could volunteer at a church or a theater or something, some volunteer work. Anytime you have to do something on a schedule every week, that's something that you should join, because people will be there.
That brings in work. You can make friends in your workplace. Do not try and get with any of the girls
Don't
at work.
bang it.
about
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Don't do that.
Like you
That's going
made a
wrong.
good point as far as like if you move into a new city and you have never lived there before, maybe you went there for work or something like that, right? So you don't have any friends, you don't know anybody. Like joining something like that, like a church or something like that, where there's people that are gonna be there. Most likely they're gonna be nice. It doesn't have to be a church. It could be like a community project, service project thing. Most likely they're gonna be nice because they're doing something to help people.
It could be a gym.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Gym, a
Yeah.
non-corporate gym.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
some reason, that corporate gym environment is just very like.
It's made to be in and out.
No, I
I'm
know-
here to be cardio. And that's
I
it.
know this sounds really simple and stupid, but if you are in somewhere where you don't know many people and you don't try to get around more people, you're not gonna make friends. So like if you go to a new city and you don't try to join anything, you don't try to join into something that's happening and you just hope something happens for you, how is that gonna happen? Like, you know what I mean?
And
So-
this is something that concerns me. Is a lot of people out there. You guys are both going to agree
scared.
with me immediately. I know him. A lot of people drink because it is the
only thing
location
they can think of, yeah.
and the event thing
Uh-huh.
that is daily for some people, and they become addicted to that camaraderie of drinking along with the drinking. And then like they realize that they're socially uncomfortable, so they have to drink to be around each other, and they get addicted to that. They don't like that, they become uncomfortable with that, and then they start thinking bad stuff about themselves,
True.
and then they drink even more.
And then, what kind of friends do you actually have? Not friends.
Nope.
You have the word
Drinking
before
buddies.
that, drinking friends.
Yeah.
You have drinking friends. You can only be friends with those people in times where you are drinking with those people.
Yeah, I have the same kind of friends, but it's death threat friends. We can only be friends.
We only get together.
We make death
We
threats.
get bazooka. We polish bazooka. Yes, with this very good bazooka haircut like this. Here we go.
The way you should
Yes.
act around the new people that you are trying to become friends with, you can act however you want to act, but just try to give a small silver lining of positivity, encouragement, support, and approval of all the people around you. Just be extremely positive. And they're like, oh man, I was thinking about joining like a boxing club, man. I really think about fighting. I used to fight. Dude, do that. That's awesome. You used to
Yeah.
fight? What?
Yeah.
Take interest. Even if you don't really care.
And they'd be like,
take
I used to
interest.
fight too. And you're like, let me show you.
See?
See? I'm really good at it. I'll join with you.
Well, because if you show interest towards someone's interests, their hobbies or whatever, then when you start talking about your hobbies and interests, likely because you've given that same respect, they understand and feel that, and then they want to give you that respect back
sure.
by giving you attention. So it's a good way to be friends and appreciate each other's stuff and learn more about each other.
Absolutely. So I think the moral of the story on this one is make as many death threats as you possibly can.